Qatar is embroiled in a fresh scandal over its 2022 World Cup preparations. Two German documentary makers were detained there after talking to and filming migrants building the event's infrastructure. They're investigating claims that labor conditions in the Gulf Kingdom border on slavery and have led to dozens of migrant workers' deaths. RT talked to filmmaker Peter Gizel, who told us about his detention in Doha and shared some of the video that led to his arrest.
First, we got arrested by the federal police in our hotel rooms. We were taken to their headquarters, which is in Doha City, and we were questioned and interrogated for a couple of hours. And just after midnight, we got cuffed. Our equipment, cameras, all the memory sticks we had, everything was taken from us. And we were taken to a state security prison right on the suburbs of Doha, where we had to spend the night in separate cells, my cameraman and me. We were in that prison, in those separate cells for a total of 21 hours. The bad thing about those 21 hours was we weren't even allowed a single phone call. Not to our embassy, not to our families. No one was there to tell us what the charge was really. So we were kind of desperate in there, not having any contact with the outside world.
Obviously, your investigation was curtailed, wasn't broadcast in the end in full, but what did you find out there with your own eyes?
Well, in those 2 days we had until we got arrested, we were able to talk to some human rights workers down there locally on the ground, as well as quite a number of workers, as it turned out. One gentleman there for 12 years, I think, working as an air accommodation specialist. Ironically, his accommodation itself doesn't even have a fan. But this guy told us, he's I think 35, about him not getting the salary and his bonuses for a number of years now. And his main difficulty was to fight the case against his boss and his firm he was working for as an AC specialist. So the bad thing is the boss took his passport from him, so he has problems fighting the case in court. He has problems getting back. He's not making the money he's supposed to make for the flight home back. That's a bad devilish circle he's in. That was one example of the people we're talking to.
And is that an isolated case?
Another bunch of guys, let me just tell you that, might be seeing in the piece as well. 4 of them, they haven't got paid for 7 months in a row right now, trying to file the case as well. All of those workers have one major problem. They have to work within the so-called kafala system. Let me try and explain to you what that is. It's a law basically stating that every migrant worker that comes into Qatar has to find his own personal sponsor, meaning his boss, the firm he's working for, the corporation, and that sponsor has to take care of him legally, medically, but most of the sponsors obviously take the passports away from the migrant workers, and that puts all numbers of them, maybe tens of thousands, in a miserable situation.